Here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance and associated programs. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been around for about 3 years, putting in some really solid foundations, and we're now building our economy. We have our own currency, treasury, social services, etc., etc. And as we build our economy, generate income, we will increase the gross national product of our community for the benefit of all citizens. So who can be a citizen? Anybody, as I said. We are the United States of the world, and we welcome people from every continent, every country, colour, class, creed, gender, financial status, educational levels, fat, thin, old, young, it doesn't matter. We don't recognise any of those superficial differences. We see everybody as just a human being. We recognise that every human being is unique, and so everyone has something unique to offer our community, and so is of equal value and should be treated with equal love and respect, and they are. We ask that you come with a positive mental attitude, a willingness to share love and abundance, and you'll fit in really well. With that said, we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group. We Share Abundance publicly, and I'll be heading over there right now, because if we have things that go wrong, that tends to be between the hookup between the app we use and Facebook, and we also see most of the comments in there. However, I can see that we have already some comments, and top of the comments list is, as is quite normal, Luis Monteiro from Portugal, and he's in YouTube. And then we've got some Facebook users, which I'll get to right now, because I'm heading over to Facebook, and when I get there, I'm going to make sure that my speakers are turned off so we don't get feedback. I'm going to look for We Share Abundance publicly group, and I'm going to then look for the 2nd of May. And so far, so good. If I click to, we should get the comments list, and we do. And we've got Deborah in top of the comments in Facebook from Southern Alabama, USA, followed by Norman from Doncaster in the UK. I like Norman to be in here. We get the challenges in sporting events, names of songs, anything, general knowledge. Norman has the answer. Okay. And we got Richard in from Devon, not far from me. It's a beautiful afternoon here. And I'm sure Richard, not far away, will be enjoying the same weather. Right, we will be getting started in just a moment now with our usual format, which is a very short prayer to help us find true happiness. Happiness cannot be bought. Doesn't matter how much money you've got, you won't necessarily be happy. It will be better than not having money. Having money, there's nothing wrong with having money. It helps you pay off your bills, it helps you clear your debts, it helps you get the new house that you've always wanted, this sort of thing. But that doesn't always make you happy. You get pleasure out of it as you do these things, but long-lasting happiness is not found through wealth. It's found through loving service to others. And the great thing about that is, if you make that your goal without the need to chase money, everything that you want and need in life will flow to you automatically the more you serve others and the more people that you serve. And so that's what our little prayer is about. And then we have a little affirmation to help us maintain that non-separatist ideology, where we just see everybody as human beings, love everybody universally and unconditionally, and then we can get started. And I'll give you the updates and let you know where we're up to with various projects and things that are going on, both internally and externally. So I think it's time we got started right now. So here's our little prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love each member finds the joy of service. And through service, bless each member that they attract true happiness and everything they want and need in life. Amen. Okay, and we have, as I say, a little affirmation that helps us shed any prejudices that we may have picked up along the way. And that goes like this: we are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive in harmony, that we may become perfect citizens, body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, right. Today is Tuesday, and we've made some progress on various things. Um, Not everything. Well, we made progress on everything, but we made real progress on Remuno. We have finally got some good information from Remuno. Their API is now working, and Devian is working with Remuno so that we can get it integrated into the dashboard. Remuno is a payment system similar to coin payments, but it is more global. There's a lot of countries that coin payments is not available. So if we have customers that want to pay through cryptocurrency and they're in countries that are not covered by coin payments, then it's difficult. It can be done, but it's difficult. But when we get Remuno in, that operates in Canada, United States, Nigeria, lots of countries where coin payments isn't available, and people will be able to pay with their cryptocurrency, and it will automatically process for them. We have from Deviani, she reckons by the time she gets it all done, it'll be Thursday before she uploads it, and it will be uploaded for just one program initially. We have lots of different things that members can buy or subscribe to if they choose to. There's no obligation, but we'll add it in for one initially. We'll test that on the live site, and then if that works, we can then integrate it into everything else, which she says won't take long. So hopefully we'll get that up on Thursday. We'll test it, and then by the end of Friday, hopefully it will be implemented for everything, and it will be available for you. Okay, so that'll give us Remuno coin payments and card, debit or credit card payment, which covers things for most people. Okay, we've got Kingsley in from Manchester as well, and Akpomade from Nigeria. Right, what else? I'm still trying to sort out with the teams that we're going to place the order with for Fun Miracles, how we can make sure that people can't cheat in our game by employing artificial intelligence bots to answer questions. It's important because we don't want people cheating. We want everybody to have a fair chance of winning, and the way it's set up or designed is that everybody will have a fair chance. The questions are totally random. They can be on any subject. General knowledge questions, and you might get lucky one day, and you know all the answers. Boom, 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 and you're through, and you've won that. Another day, you might get questions that you don't know the answers to because they're not something that you've taken an interest in. And another day, you'll get some of each. But if you're competing against a bot, it's going to know the answer to everything that is there, and we can't allow that. And so that is the concern we have now. We had other concerns. We've overcome everything so far, and we will overcome that we will get it sorted out, and we will get it so that everybody has a fair chance of winning over $30,000 just by winning 7 consecutive games. So that that we're still working on. I did manage to get the State of the Nation numbers up in the Facebook group. I almost forgot that again, but I said I would double Audrey's winnings from the Pool One lottery because she is and has been a very staunch support team member, and so I did that. But that took me to the list to make sure I got her name right, so we could do a search, so I could find and make sure I'm adding the money to the right account and everything. And that made me realise that I hadn't loaded the information, so it is there now. And what else? Yeah, it also brought me to the leaderboard. And we have the leaderboard for last month, which we will be communicating with those people tomorrow. I was hoping to get to it today, but I just not had the time. But we will be communicating with the people that won in the leaderboard for April tomorrow. Unfortunately, I didn't make a note of the leaderboard for March before the end of the month because I forgot to pay the March people last month. And I made this known to Devyani, and she said, "Here's the file," and that now she's logged off and everything, and I went to download it, and it's for April. So hopefully she'll be able to pick out the leaders from March, and we'll get them sorted out as well this month, and we'll make sure everybody's brought up to date. The leaderboard is let me see if I can find it, because it's pretty good now. Because Beyond Infinity is, I'm just looking for it, but can we get the leaderboard here? Here we go. Yeah. The top 5 places will all be gifted a $50 position in Beyond Infinity. And with the car plan, it's even better now. It's a really good program anyway, but with that car plan in, it is an amazing program. And so the top 5 places will get Beyond Infinity. And we have somebody this month that got 20 points in the leaderboard, and they will also get a $50 deposit in Vortic International. And Vortic International is another amazing plan, and everybody should try and get into both of those. Really, you can get into Beyond Infinity for $15 because if you pay the $50, we'll give you a $35 rebate. But if you're in the top place in the leaderboard, you've got to have a minimum of somewhere there should be. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, here it is. To be a winner, you must have a minimum of 3 points for qualification, and that's not hard to do, in all honesty. But it might be harder to become one of the top 5 players. So that will be going out tomorrow. We should also have, and I've not checked it yet, but I think the secondary staking, I'm just going to have a look now, pending withdrawals. Yeah, they are, excuse me, they are now there and ready to be paid. So I'll try and get onto those tomorrow as well. Start getting those out. Where are we? We're on the second. We say give us 10 days. We've usually paid them within 7. If I can get onto them tomorrow, we'll probably get them done within 2 or 3 days. It'll only be the 5th. So that is where we are at now with the secondary staking, and it'll also be stable stake as well. They'll be on at the same time. Yeah. Okay. So just checking that they are in there. Yeah, they are. Okay. So that is that is all of the staking. We'll get that paid as quickly as we can. It's going up. People are getting paid more. The stable state will be paying out $739.31 this month, and secondary staking will be paying out quite a bit more than that. I think. Where are we? We'll be paying out, yeah, $3,065.67. So it keeps going up every month because we've got more people staking, or they're increasing the amount that they've staked. It's all good news. I've lost. Here we go. I've lost Facebook for a moment. Let's see who else we've got in. Nobody else come in there. I did message. Well, I talked about it, I think, the day before yesterday and yesterday about a risky program that offers very high rewards. I say program. It's not a program. It's not a plan. I don't know what you'd call it really, and I don't know whether it'll pay out or not. But we have had quite a bit of interest. I think we've got about 50 people that have asked for information on that. If maybe 20 of them take it up, and maybe an average of, say, $500 each, those 20 people. You can do it for $100, but some people will go for 1,000 maybe. I managed to get in $1,400, which came from the referral commissions received so far from the Double Up program, which is still messy, but we are getting one or two things sorted out. We have got some more people that have got things processed, but Rebecca's running at least a month behind, I think, on most things, and I just said don't get involved in anything more there until it's 100% caught up. That will give her the chance, and it will make sure that you're not going to be waiting and wondering if it's going to be okay. So that is that is Double Up, but we have been paid on our personal investment, or when I say personal, on our We Share Abundance investments. We put in 3 $500 payments, and eventually we got all those doubled up. So we made $1,500 in that, but we also made about $1,400 in commissions. So I've not put any more money in, and I wouldn't advise anybody else to at this stage. We'll keep a look at it and see how it goes. But I want to see everybody that has made a deposit getting that deposit acknowledged first of all, and then getting paid on that deposit. So that's where we are with Double Up. But that 1,400 I put into this risky plan. I think it's risky. Will it pay out? I don't know. We'll know in 15 days. Well, about 13 days now, because I put it in on Saturday. So it starts from Sunday. Where are we? Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 3 days. 12 days. We'll know in 12 days whether or not it's going to pay out. If it does, it pays out very, very well. That $1,400 will turn into over $7,500, which sounds too good to be true, and it may be. So you've got to make your own call on it, whether you once you've got the information, whether you take it up or not. If, as I say, if about 20 of the people that have asked for information, that's a bit less than half, average $500 each, the commissions on that would be about $20,000 as well. Will it pay all that out? I don't know. I don't know. Once again, you've got to make your own choice. I did state it may be high risk. It may be rock solid and safe, but it's unusual, let's say that. And the way it goes about things is very unusual as well. And now they've got a form that you've got to fill in as well, which is about 6 pages. They're not complicated questions for the most part. They're fairly easy, but you've got to go through that and do it. But I found out today, because I was talking to the one thing that is in their favour. It's very easy to get in touch with people. They're behind the plan, that are helping run it, and get answers from them. And we're talking today, and I was saying, can people make multiple contributions, because they are not deposits, they are not investments, they are not buying anything. They call it a contribution. So the answer came back, yeah, they welcome multiple contributions. So what that means is, let's suppose you get involved at the minimum level of $100. If you can afford to lose $100, don't get involved in it if you're going to be worried about that $100. But if $100 to you is okay, you don't want to lose it, we know that. But if it's not going to break the bank or do you any real harm, if you do lose it, you put $100 in, and then you get $500 back in 15 days' time. What I would suggest you do is take out 200 so that you've got 100% profit, and then the other 300, you're playing with their money, put that back in, and then in another 15 days' time, that 300 will be 1,500, and at that point you can maybe take out 500 and put 1,000 in, and that will be 5,000 in another 15 days' time. So in 45 days you could have turned 100 into money in your pocket, profit, and have built it up quite considerably, but I don't know if they're going to pay out. We won't know for 12 days. Okay, right. So that covers that one. That is one of our third-party programs, because apart from the plans that we have within our community and the Fun Miracles site, the trivia game that I've been talking about, that we want to make sure that we don't get bots in, is one of ours. We have others. We have an advertising platform, Poverty Crusher, which is going very well. We have a soap program where you can just give people paid positions in the Easy Business Builder and earn commissions for doing it. It costs you nothing, it costs them nothing. We have a lot of people that say they want money, but we have a lot of those people aren't prepared to just go out and help people with a free coupon that we give them. We can't do much more than give you something totally free that you get paid by helping people with, that costs them nothing either. There's an old expression saying, I don't know whether it's worldwide or what, but it's you can take a horse, lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And that's basically what our soap program is. It's there for everybody to use. It's like being at a buffet and saying, help yourself, take all you want, free. And people say, no, I can't be bothered to get up off my chair. Can you everything to me. So there you are. It's in your hands. Okay, like that. It's in your hands. Right. Um, on the scheduled broadcast today, I put up a picture of a Bentley. I found a picture of a Bentley motor car on Google there, and I put that on. And that is there because if you've ever aspired to own something like that, you can do it through the Beyond Infinity plan. That would normally cost you something in excess of $300,000 probably to buy a Bentley car. Or around there, you may be able to get a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. But I think as a ballpark figure, 300,000. And that's out of the scope of most people to ever, aspire to generate that much cash to spend on a car when they can get something for $25,000 that will do the same job, basically. But if you've ever aspired to one, you can get one for a 100th of the plans with the Beyond Infinity plan. 100th of the price, sorry, for the Beyond Infinity plan. Okay, admittedly, it's still going to cost you $3,000, but you're going to get a $300,000 vehicle. You can drive it for 6 months and then decide that really it's not what you wanted and sell it, and you'll probably get 200 or 250,000 for it, and buy yourself that 25,000 one that you would have been happy with anyway. But you've had the experience. It's up to you how you treat that Beyond Infinity car plan. You don't have to sell anything to qualify for the car. You don't have to refer anybody to qualify for the car. It's all just based on how much you deposit into their marketing plan, and that's totally up to you. Okay, so that covers that and that and that. I think really that Beyond Infinity plan now deserves to be up there with Vortic as a banker. So I think it's really, it's always been a good plan, but it has had that, it takes so long, so long, so long. But now you can really move things forward, get a car out of it as well. So I think it deserves the qualification as a banker. Okay, like Vortic, which is an amazing plan. Our figures, I've got some figures out for the last 24 hours. We have a net increase of 16 in our registered members. A net increase, we take out everybody that has not been logged in for 2 months, and we always get new referrals. And it depends on which is most, whether we have a net increase or decrease. But the last 24 hours, a net increase of 16 to 38,849. That reflected a little bit as well in the active members. These are people that do log in on a regular basis daily. And that went up to 3,506. That's an increase of 19 in the last 24 hours. And Multiply Visa, the membership numbers have stayed the same, but the bonus pool has gone up by another $1, just from logging in and claiming that revenue share. It's now standing at $10,137.16. At the moment, we can't do anything with it because the Visa tokens are so low. It would just be crazy to try and do anything with that $10,000. But as we build the liquidity pools through our own programs, through the Turnkey Cash Cow marketing plan, which is imminent now to get launched. It's all in the hands of the people that are doing the Facebook marketing now. That will start bringing in the cash. If this high risk, high reward program actually pays off, that will bring in a lot more cash quite quickly as well. Then we've got the from Miracle site. That's going to take a while to get going. It's going to be a while before it's actually all programmed and done, and then it's going to take a while to pick up, and it'll gradually pick up, and then I think it will go zoom like that. And that will generate huge income. Income is what we need to fill those liquidity pools. To get the liquidity pools, then we can support the currencies, the WISA token, WISA Abundance token, and that will benefit all the members and participants in We Share Abundance and in Multiply WISA. And we also can benefit from the external programs that we're in, the multiple income streams that we suggest people get into multiple income streams, whether it's the ones in our downline builder that are recommended by admin or not. It's up to you. You can also add in your own programs into that downline builder. But those programs will also start to produce more and more and more cash as we get into the compounding. Like I say, that latest program, if it does pay out as it says it will, then that could be a huge influx of cash as well in a very short period of time. So things are all going well. They're looking good, and we just keep moving in the right direction. I'm going to go over to the Melon app and see if we've got any more people in. I know that Lewis is in there. He's usually in pretty early, and he was in early today as well from Portugal. And I'm scrolling down to see if we've got anybody else in there, and it doesn't look like we have actually. So I don't think I've got anything else, and I feel like I've not covered something, but I'm not sure what it is. I had a note here, and that was the leaderboard. I've got to do that. I will be getting onto the payments for the secondary staking and stable staking. I'll probably do the secondary staking first, I think, because there's more people involved in that. And then I'll get on to the stable staking. So on the double up, as I say, there are people now that are getting acknowledged that it's got really behind. Rebecca is at least a month behind on things there. And the sad thing about it, of course, is people then label it a scam, and it may be. But so far, people, once they get into the system, and although Rebecca always says it's not her fault, it's them that are not, that isn't necessarily true. But once people do get into the system, they tend to get paid. Okay. But I know my wife put some of her money in on the 6th of April, and it was rejected, even though it was properly submitted, because it was an internal transfer, and Rebecca said that she needed a blockchain number, and there is no blockchain number for an internal transfer in Nexo. They just move it from one account to the other. It doesn't go through the blockchain. It's an internal transfer, and they just have their internal. And eventually we got, and Rebecca insisted that there should be, and I'd been in Nexo for years, and I know that there should be a. So we got onto their support, and eventually we sent them copies of the things from support saying that there is no blockchain number for an internal transfer, and it had been successfully transferred, and it was in her account instantly on the 6th of April. And having furnished all that information, it still took about another week. But now, today, that has been accepted. So hopefully that will start being out. But we've lost, if you like, a month. Okay, it's no big deal, because if you put money into this, you're supposed to double it in 4 weeks. And if you don't get your deposit recognised for 4 weeks, it's going to be 8 weeks. I don't think that's a big deal, because if you put in $100 and it takes 8 weeks to get to $200, where else can you get that income apart from something that's even higher risk and higher rewards, like that invitation only plan? So hang in there, everybody. If you're in there, no good labeling it a scam. You've just got to be patient and keep submitting and hoping that it will get caught up with, and eventually pay out. And then once you've been paid out, it's up to you what you do with it. If you're in profit, which you should be, obviously, if you've been paid out, whether it's taken 4 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks, at the end of that time, it's up to you whether you decide that it's worth sticking in some of that profit. Keep your money out, the money that you put in, get your seed capital out. So if you put in 100 and you've got 200, and even if it's taken, as I say, if it takes 12 weeks, you've got $100 worth of profit. You've got your $100 back. It's up to you whether you say, okay, I'll put that $100 in again and we'll see what happens. At least that way, you're not going to lose anything because you've got your money out. If you put in more than that to start with, let's suppose you put in $200 and you got $400 out, you can take $300 out, you're $100 in profit, and then you can put in $100 and see what happens with that. It's up to you how you deal with it, but you've got to take responsibility yourself for your own decisions. We always tell you that there is a risk in anything, and you've got to accept that, and you've got to be prepared to stand, wherever you are in life now, whether it's in a good place or a bad place. It's you that got yourself there. It's decisions that you have made through the course of your life that have got you to where you are today. And whether you're happy with that or unhappy with it, it's down to you. Okay. And it's the same with these programs. You've got to go into them with your eyes open, and there's nobody to blame if you lose money in one of these plans other than yourself. Okay, you can't blame whoever introduced you, whether it's a plan that we've introduced you to or somebody else, it doesn't matter. It's the same principle. You can't blame whoever introduced you. They say, okay, this is the plan. It's up to you to look at it and say, yeah, okay, I'll have a punt on that, or you won't. It's up to you. And you stand for that decision, you stand or fall by it, and follow the rules. Don't put in more than you can afford to lose. Get capital out as soon as you can. And if you do that over a period of time, you'll find plans that will win. Coin market is doing really well for us. I can't remember what we're up to with that now, but I know we started with $150. There is some referral commission in these numbers. It's not just pure passive returns. The referral commissions are about $10 a day, I think. But we're up to $1,660.54 in CoinMarketBall now, from 150. As I say, there's about $10 a month, roughly on average, in referral commissions included in that, and we've been doing it since, I can't remember the exact date. I'd have to look it up somewhere. Sometime in February. I can't remember when. Sorry, but it's a good plan. It seems to be working very well. There's another one which I have suggested to people. I think it's in the back office, and that is called, what's it called? Tecam Trade or something like that. TechMac Trade. That pays you 1.6% per day, 5 days a week. I can't remember what the minimum investment is. We put $100 into it. It does what it says in that it pays that out. We also had referral commissions of not much. Can't remember the exact figure of that either. It was under $20. Might have been 19 or something like that. And I did a withdrawal of that just to test it, and the withdrawal was paid pretty quickly. Does that mean that withdrawals will all be paid and that it's safe? No. Does it mean if it, that it's not safe? No, it don't mean anything really. We did get a payment out of it, and we tested it. That's all I can tell you about it. One of our members said it's a scam, somebody lost a lot of money. We got another member that says he's drawing $700 a week out of it. We've drawn out less than we put in at this stage. We put in $100, as I say, and it's paying us $1.60 every weekday. But we did withdraw a small amount just to test it from referral income. So, there's lots of plans out there. They may be good, they may not be. But if you treat them with respect, and you those two golden rules, there are other rules as well, but those two you must always follow. Never put in more than you can afford to lose, and get your seed capital out as soon as you can. And if you follow those rules, over time, you will find plans that will make you money. They may not make you money for as long as you would have hoped, but they will make you money. And if you have plans that are making you money, if you follow those rules, will pay for the plans that you lost money in, and you will overall make a profit. Okay, so that's it. But you've got to take on the responsibility for your decisions, your choices. Okay, in everything that you do in life. With that said, I've nothing else to add, and I've just checked in Melon app again, and there's nothing else there. So I'll see you all tomorrow. We should have who's been paid out and what in the what do you call it, the leaderboard, and I'll let you know where we're up to with paying out on the secondary staking and things like that. Okay, with that said, God bless you all. I'll see you all same time, same place tomorrow. Until then, be Weezer Warriors. Get out there, share some love and abundance, give away some of those coupons, help people use them, explain to them how they can use them. And then if you do the job right, they'll know what they should be doing. They'll do that as well. If you don't do the job right, they won't do the job right, and it all just falls apart. You've got to lead by example. Okay, get out there and be Weezer Warriors. Help a few people out, whatever way you choose. Be of as much service as you possibly can be without the thought of reward, and your life will change so much for the better. Until tomorrow, same place, 7 p.m. London time on YouTube, Twitch, and the Facebook group. We share abundance publicly. Auf Wiedersehen. Now, see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator, and go the extra mile. See you later, alligator. Yeah, in a wild crocodile. Woo!